We're here in Corvallis, Oregon. Beautiful day. It's finally here. What they've been preparing for, the opening of West Coast Conference play. The Oregon State Beavers host the St. Mary's Gales, and it's all here on ESPN+. And hi, everybody. I'm Rich Burke on site here at legendary Gill Coliseum. St. Mary's is 2-9, but they loaded up with a really tough non-conference schedule. They believe they're better than that record shows. Oregon State has won 5 of their past 6 matches, and they've had stretches where they've looked like an NCAA tourney team. Beavers head coach Lindsey Bohannock able to land a number of excellent recruits, including middle blocker Alana Mars. For the second consecutive week, Mars is the West Coast Conference Freshman of the Week. She was a force offensively last week in the tough 4-set loss to Oregon and the gritty 5-set win at Portland State. And over the last 4 matches, Mars is averaging 2.93 kills per set and is hitting .475. You get the feeling that she's just scratching the surface. This will be just the 11th match in Alana Mars' collegiate career. Redshirt senior outside hitter Genevieve Bain is leading the way for the Gales in both kills per set and hitting percentage among regulars. She's averaging 3.26 kills per set and has been even better over St. Mary's last 5 matches. During that time, she's averaging 4.1 kills per set and is hitting .250. Quite a nice number for someone who's been getting the bulk of the swings. A couple of weeks ago, she had a great match against a very good Oklahoma team, and likewise last week against Cal Poly, Cal Baptist, and Utah. Beavs will have their hands full with her. Her head coach is Tyler Hildebrand. In his first year, taking over for Rob Browning, who was there for 2 decades. Last year, Hildebrand was the associate head coach at USC, and in 2022 and 23, the head coach at his alma mater, Long Beach State. Former starting center at Long Beach State, 2003 through 2006. Lindsey Bohannock is the head coach of the Oregon State Beavers. In her 3rd year, had a great run as a top assistant at Pitt, helped them to Final Fours in 2021 and 2022. And she is starting to build the program that she believes will be able to compete in the NCAA tournament in the coming years. Emma Lilo will start at center in this one. Lilo and Bridget Gould in the 6-2. Gould getting a start at opposite. And Lilo sends it away, and here we go in conference play, and it's immediate ace for Emma Lilo. That's how it begins for Oregon State. Lilo, the fire burns in her heart, but you don't see much of a very calm presence out there on the floor. And immediately free ball coming for Oregon State. In Lilo options. The quick to the middle to Mars. And it's 2-0 Oregon State. An ace and then a free ball because of the tough serve. Both Bain and serve receive. They're in serve receive again along with Maya Allen. And then Pearson. The libero. And Pearson. Still a little bit out of system, and Bo's trying to better the ball. Here comes Cormier for the kill. Miley Cormier, 3-0 Oregon State. And the Beavs score the first 3 points of this one. They had a couple of long service runs at Portland State on Saturday. Tia Shum had a very nice run, more than 10 points. Again out of system. Again options for Lilo. The quick to Mars. Read well nicely by Kealoha. Bump set by Allen. Here comes Vos again, pushing it over the net. Set by Shum. Cormier again. Big swing coming. Big kill coming. Miley Cormier. 4-0 Oregon State. Timeout taken by St. Mary's. The Beavers to open conference play. Set number 1 have a 4-0 lead. And immediately Tyler Hildebrand and the Gales want to talk about it. Emma Lilo, the sophomore setter out of Kailua, Hawaii. Last year, averaged .28 service aces per set. She had 31 aces, 37 service errors, very good ratio. Coming into this one, just 3 service aces, 11 service errors. But she has served tough, 1 ace. She has kept them out of system. And Oregon State scored the first 4 points tonight here at home against St. Mary's. First good pass comes from Maya Allen. Vos go over the back line and got it. Gracie Vos with a kill. After the good pass from Maya Allen. Not an official coach for St. Mary's, but one of their consultants is the wife of assistant coach Brian Cook, Kelsey Robinson Cook, maybe the best passer in the world. Lilo, outside, left-hand swing by Bridget Gould. From the left pin, that had to go all the way across her body, and she took a swing at it. How about Gould? Opposite, hitting from the left side. Bridget Gould, the redshirt freshman from North Bend, Oregon. There's Tyler Hildebrand. Pardon me, that's Brian Cook, Kelsey Robinson Cook's husband. Brian Cook, former player himself at Stanford. Outside to Allen, high in the air, rejected by Gould and Mars. And it's 6-1 Oregon State, side out Beavers. And there is Brian Cook. His wife, Kelsey, the most valuable player of the league that I get to call play-by-play for during the winter. League One volleyball entering its second year this year. She led Atlanta to a 13-3 record and the top seed entering the playoffs. Led the league in pass efficiency and was second in digs. And she spends a lot of time in the St. Mary's gym. 7-1 Oregon State, and Alondra Paz will serve again. Paz had an excellent match on Saturday at Portland State. She had a career-high 17 digs and wasn't even the libero. She's a defensive specialist. She has him out of system. Lazovic is set, and a cross-body swing by Maya Allen, and goes long. 8-1 Oregon State, trying to make quick work of St. Mary's here in this first set. St. Mary's, to their credit, keeping smiles on their faces for now. It's Bain, Pearson, and Allen in serve receive again, and Posman for the short serve, and it's a service error. Elena Pearson will serve for St. Mary's. Junior transfer this year out of the University of Missouri. St. Mary's is her fourth school. Good pass by Paz. They're quick to the middle, and Mars puts it down. Second kill for Alana Mars. Last 4 matches, 2.93 kills per set, hitting .475. Quick back set to her. Oh. Here comes Gould. Gould tooling the block. And forgive me, the previous point went to St. Mary's. It was Gould there. Went high in the air to get the job done. And Bridget Gould getting a start already with 2 kills. Gould coming into this one and played just 6 of the Beavers' 35 sets. And now Tia Shum will serve with the Beavers leading it 9-3. Free ball coming for Oregon State. Lilo outside to Lauren Rummel. He got dug by Pearson. Maya Allen high in the air, dug by Paz. Bump set by Lilo, across the court with good precision. Off speed by Rummel, dug by Allen. Lazovic, back row attack by Bain, dug by Lilo. Paz with the set. Big swing by Rummel, big kill by Rummel. That is her first. Lauren Rummel, second of the West Coast Conference in kills per set with 4. Only Shockey Donkers has more of Gonzaga, 4.42 kills per set. 10-3 Oregon State. Tia Shum will serve again. The East Carolina transfer, the bottom dropped out of that one. Well, talk about from the penthouse to the basement. An ace for Tia Shum. Timeout again taken by St. Mary's and Tyler Hildebrand. 11-3 Oregon State here in set number 1. 7th all-time meeting between these two. Oregon State leads the all-time series 5-1. Beavers won 3-1 last year here at Gill Coliseum in their lone meeting. Previous meeting, a 3-0 win for Oregon State in Ogden, Utah, that opened the 2014 season in a tournament there. Beavers have an 11-3 lead. St. Mary's coming off a tough battle against Utah. Win over Cal Baptist. There's the quick to the middle and a kill for Tessa Scout. Finally a good pass, just their second really. And they were able to get Scout involved in the middle. Scouten last year hit .304, this year hitting .191. They're without their starting setter, Haley Garcia, co-starting setter last year. And now Natalie Pete into serve and play some defense right over the top of the tape. Diving pass by Alondra Paz, and the kill by Rummel. What a pass by Paz as that ball skidded across the top of the tape. Watch the work by number 2 in the back row. And excellent pass by Lilo as well. Jackie Matias into serve. Kayla Gabriel ended opposite. Annika Hester not getting the start tonight. Allen high in the air. That is 5'9" of leaping ability. She can touch 10-4. She has maybe 130,000 followers on Instagram, in part because of her jumping ability. She was a TCU commit for 2 years, but they dumped her right at the end of the signing, just before the start of the signing period. And St. Mary's is able to land her. Lauren Rummel gets the side out for Oregon State. Beavers siding out at 80%. And Lauren Rummel will serve. Very good at the service line. .29 service aces per set. 10 aces against just 2 service errors. Lazovic, back row attack by Allen. One-hand dig by Rummel. How did she keep that ball alive? Pushed over by Lazovic. Lazovic this time going outside to Bain. Cross body, back line. Kill for Genevieve Bain. Bain, 3.26 kills per set. That's 8th in the West Coast Conference. Hitting just .203. As tops on the team, but 29th best in the conference. St. Mary's scheduling tough, but they're last in the conference in kills per set, blocks per set, and digs per set. Natalie Scholes with a kill. Natalie didn't have a kill in 4 sets played on Saturday against Portland State. More of a defensive middle blocker than offensive. But they hope that's going to change over the next couple of years. She's a sophomore. Fellow middle blocker Alana Mars, a true freshman. Beavers set well for the future. Shows excellent from the service line for a middle blocker or anybody. Bain, dug by Rummel, set by Matias. Swing by Cormier, goes long. Wanted high hands, didn't get it. 14-7, Oregon State. Chrissy Vose back in for St. Mary's as the setter, Ivana Lazovic. Ivana Lazovic will go back in and serve. True freshman from Serbia, played at the international level and played well there. Matias, back set. Gabriel tools the block. Kayla Gabriel has her first kill. Now, Oregon State going without the veteran Annika Hester, the graduate student in her 2nd year with Oregon State, who's played in all but 1 set this year. They're using Gabriel on the outside, along with Bridget Gould. Gould, a redshirt freshman. Gabriel, a true freshman. Now Emily Lewis, they go back to rotation 1. Back into set and serve. Good pass that time by Allen. Lazovic going outside to Bain. And Shum unable to dig it. 15-8 Oregon State. Beavers had a 4-0 lead. An 8-1 lead, 11-3, now 15-8. Matias teeing up Mars, dug by Lazovic, bump set Pearson. Here comes Allen, blocked. Cormier getting an arm on it. Miley Cormier averages about 1 block every 3 sets. Got her left wrist on that one. She comes out, Alondra Paz, and to serve and play the back row for her. And Paz, very nearly an ace. Allen. Now we had 4 hits for St. Mary's. That first joust didn't make it over the net. 17-8 Oregon State. Alondra Paz at the service line, a career high 17 digs. She was able to play a lot of back row at Portland State on Friday because of long service run by Tia Shum. That's right down into the net. And 18-8 OSU. So Paz, a 3 rotation player, and Lindsey Bohannock nominated her for Defensive Player of the Week last week. 17 digs, playing 3 rotations. That award was won by Pepperdine sophomore middle blocker Ella Piscours. St. Mary's out of system. Allen trying to better the ball, and she does. Maya Allen, what a great weapon she is. True freshman from San Antonio and Reagan High School. Reagan High School Rattlers, the northern reaches of San Antonio. She was 2-time 6A All-State. A lot of schools missed on her because she's 5'9". But she can really jump. Lilo in the quick to Mars. And Alana Mars with her second kill. Mars is a true freshman, but her head coach, Lindsay Kohanic, said she didn't consider her one because she was here in the spring, able to play against the likes of Boise State and Washington in the spring matches. She comes out. Natalie Scholes back in. Lazovic teeing up Allen. Dug by Lilo. Bump set by Paz. Rummel pushing it down. And with another kill. Her 4th. That is a match high. 20-9 Oregon State. St. Mary's trying to collect themselves. They have Pearson, Bain, and Allen in serve receive. Waiting while Tessa Scout ties her shoe. Tia Shum will serve. Let's see who she targets. It was Maya Allen trying to keep her out of the offense, and a miscommunication between Scout, Allen, and Lazovic. And 21-9 Oregon State. No smiles for St. Mary's that time. Again out of system. Bump set Pearson. Allen well off the net. Dug by Lilo. Pause. Teeing up Gould. And Gould gets roofed. That is the first block for St. Mary's. 21-10 Oregon State. Tessa Scout. Scout, a sophomore from Davis, California. Last year, 304, tops on the team and the 5th best career percentage in school history. This year hitting just 191. Part of that because they don't have setter Haley Garcia. And there's Scholes again. Big smile for Natalie Scholes. 22-10 Oregon State. Matthias and Gabriel in. Lilo and Gould are out. Bridget Gould getting the first start of her career. Jackie Matthias will serve. Going down the line, targeting Pete, again out of system. Allen again trying to better the ball. Over the top, and too strong. And the Beefs 2 points away from a romp here in the first set. Jackie Matthias transferred from Hawaii, a junior this year. Sets a 6-2 along with Emma Lilo. Lazovic setting a 5-1, goes to Bain out of the back row. Genevieve Bain, her 3rd kill. St. Mary's now hitting 000. They have 7 kills, 7 attack errors. Oregon State here in the first set hitting 500. Oregon State siding out at 90%. St. Mary's 42%. Matthias back set. Gabriel high in the air. Was off scouting. Matthias again. Again Gabriel. This time uses the block and gets the Beavs to set point. Beavers last Saturday won 3-2 at Portland State, 25-22. They lost the second set, 25-20. Won the third set, similar fashion to this one, 25-11. But then they lost the 4th set, 25-15. As Portland State became much more aggressive, Beavers won in the end at 5, 15-9 in the 5th. Lazovic going to Bain, and Shum couldn't dig it. 24-12, second set point coming up for Oregon State. Kaliko Kealoha comes back in. Kealoha, Bain, and the setter Lazovic in the front row. Set by Abby Castellan. And the serve, rather. Now it's pushed over by Cormier. Back row attack by Allen, blocked by Scholes. Natalie Scholes with a block that ends the first set. 25-12 Oregon State. They dominate the first set. They're the first match of conference play. Beavers in their second year as an affiliate member of the West Coast Conference. Back to Pac-12 play in the rebuilt Pac-12 next year. Beavers take the first set, 25-12. Second set action coming up from Corvallis. Beavers dominate the first set against St. Mary's. St. Mary's schedule tough in the non-conference, and they had some good matches, but they got dominated in this one by an Oregon State team that is at or near the top of the conference in many categories. Assists per set, kills per set, hitting percentage, blocks per set. Beavers middle of the pack in digs per set. Oregon State 6-4. And 7 days ago, they very nearly beat a team just outside the top 25, University of Oregon. They lost in 4. They had set point in both the third and fourth sets. Lindsey Bohanek's team very much on the rise, and I think West Coast Conference coaches know what Oregon State is capable of, even if the rest of the nation doesn't as of yet. Elsewhere in the conference, they're through one set at Gonzaga. Gonzaga took the first set against Santa Clara 25-18. The Bulldogs are trying to snap a 39-match conference losing streak dating to November 5th, 2022. Gonzaga with their new head coach, J.T. Winger. Overpass immediately. Lazovic. Combo play blocked by Scholes. Beavers begin the second set as they do in the first, getting the first ball side out. Pardon me, that was Alana Bars with a block. Big smile on her face. Bars averaging just under a block percent, 0.94. And now Alondra Paz will serve. Lazovic going outside to Bain, dug by Shum. Lilo back set. Gould with a tip. Gould with a kill. Bridget Gould going off speed. Head coach Lindsey Bohanek says you got to go for it, which normally means hit hard. But if you go off speed, do so with purpose to try to throw off the other team. There's got to be a purpose in everything you do. Lazovic on the slide, and Nia thrower. Her first match in a couple of weeks. There's Rummel. High hands dug by Allen. Tied to the net. Both sends it over. Pause. Going to Rummel, who pushes it over. She gets dug by Pearson. We had a net violation against Oregon State. And it's 2-1 OSU. Genevieve Bain will serve for St. Mary's. Richard Sr. out of Danville, California. Also plays beach at St. Mary's. Fourth-year starter. A couple of years ago, honorable mention, All West Coast Conference. Short serve. Diving pass by Narliolu. Swing by Rummel off the high hand. Dug by Bain. Lazovic. Back set. Foes with a right arm. Going wrist away and goes wide. Gracie Vose from Oregon, a Sisters Oregon native. That's about 2.5 hours east of here. Up in the Cascade Mountains, beautiful area. Right near Bend in Central Oregon. Tia Shum serve. Lazovic going to Vose, rolls it over the top, dug by Gould. Rummel pushing it against the block, covered up by Vose. Back set by Lazovic, swing by Allen, back corner. What a set by Ivana Lazovic. And a crossbody kill for the high-flying Maya Allen. Allen not even 100%. Nursing an injury right now. Last Thursday against Cal Poly, she had a career-high 24 kills. And at 326, her best match. And then because of load management, didn't play on Friday. Saturday versus Utah had 10 kills. Rummel, she goes to the opposite corner. And gets it done. Side out of Oregon State. 4-2 Beavs. Matthias and Gabriel in. Lilo and Gould come out. Bridget Gould playing some inspired time on the court. Allen high in the air again, hard angle attack, and able to thread one in. 4-3 Oregon State. Good reading of the defense by Allen, the true freshman. 6th rotation outside throughout her high school career. More than 2,500 kills. 1,300 digs for Reagan High School. Natalie Pete into serve and play some defense for St. Mary's. Good pass by Paz. Matias, the quick to Scholes, who finds the floor. Natalie Scholes. 5-3 Oregon State. Natalie's 3rd kill. Bridget Gould has 3. Lauren Rummel has 5. Maya Allen and Genevieve Bain with 4 kills for St. Mary's. Rummel will serve. On the slide, Scouten tools the block. This is Scouten with her 2nd kill in 2 swings. Played volleyball and basketball at Davis Senior High School, Davis, California. Now a sophomore. Matias outside to Cormier. Diving dig effort by Pete. But couldn't quite get it done. And Cormier has her 3rd kill. If it becomes crunch time, you keep an eye out for number 22. She has become a go-to here in her true freshman season in big moments. The 5th set on Saturday against Portland State, it was tied at 7. She had 4 kills in the final 8 points as the Beavers won at 15-9. Service error for Scholes. 6-5 Beavers. Lindsey Bonnick does not mind service errors. She wants her team to attack the service line. And that's going to happen. Castellan serve. Cormier had the pass. Cormier has the swing. Went for high hands. Didn't get him. And we're even at 6. Beavers won the first set 25-12. Now remember, in the 4th set against Portland State on Saturday, after the Beavers had won 25-11, they lost it 25-15. Service error for Castellan. And became in 6 aces, 7 service errors this year. And Oregon State up 7-6. Lindsey Bonnick told me that it wasn't so much that the Beavers lost focus, but that Portland State decided that they had to be more aggressive. They had to go for it at the service line and on the attack, and that caught the Beavers off guard momentarily. That's why they lost that 4th set, 25-15. On the slide, thrower. Good coverage there by Pearson. Bain going cross body and goes wide. 8-6 Oregon State. Oregon State in the first set, it's 478. St. Mary's 0-0, 8 kills, 8 attack errors. Emily Lowe will serve again. Outside to Bain, off the soft block. Lilo there. Bump set by Shump. Cormier high in the air off the block. Pushed down by Scholes. Read that one well, didn't she? Pardon me, that was Alana Mars. That's twice I've done that. I apologize. Alana Mars with a kill. And the Beavers have a 9-6 lead.
Hi. How are you?
Second contact, the dump by Lazovic, true freshman out of Serbia. Last year played professionally as an amateur in her native Serbia, allowed to do that in Europe. You'll have amateurs mixed with professionals. 13 matches in the Superliga. There she is, number 19. Was the team's number 2 setter, helped her team to the league semis. Serbia, a very good volleyball playing nation. Service error for Lazovic. Gives it back. 10-7 OSU. Wonder Paz will serve. Paz usually puts a lot of pressure on the opponents from the service line. 5'9" sophomore from Oregon, Woodburn, Oregon. Ball off the line, Vos down into the tape. And that goes back to the serve by Paz. Timeout taken by St. Mary's, 11-7 Beavs. This was tied at 6. The Beavs on a 5-1 run. And Tyler Hildebrand wants to talk about it. Beavs won the first set, 25-12. This one, 11-7. Alana Mars already has 3 kills and 3 blocks. She, like all of the Beavers, has improved her jumping ability since arriving on campus last spring. And just this week had her personal record. She touched 10-7. Oregon State, because of the training methods brought here by Lindsey Bohonic, expects her team to begin to peak in October when others start to tail off. Lazovic. Bridget Gould with a block. Gould with the first block of her career. And in fact, looking at it again, she was given a block assist earlier. So 2 in this one, the first 2 blocks of her collegiate career. Gould coming into this one, who played in just 6 of 35 sets. The redshirt freshman transfer from the University of Oregon. And she has performed well, getting her first collegiate start. And it's 12-7 Oregon State. Moves on a 3-0 run. They've won 6 of the last 7 points. Overpass, Rummel slams it down. More service pressure from Alondra Pods. And Rummel on the back end takes care of business. 13-7 OSU. Pods excellent in both serve and serve receive. Bottom dropped out of that one. Little better pass. High in the air goes Vos off the soft block, dug by Shum. Lilo teeing up Rummel high in the air off the soft block, dug by Pearson. Lazovic back set. Bain dug by Shum again. Her second dig this point. Gould high in the air over the top. Took a little off at Bridget Gould. She's shown herself to have some creativity. Going full swing, going half speed, tipping, hitting from either pin. From a family of Oregon State athletes. Again, out of system. Set by Maddie Zorn. Zorn into set. Maddie had played just 11 sets coming into this one. So they're giving Lazovic a break for the moment. Gracie Vos came up with the kill there. Good dig by Pearson, but the joust is won by Mars. Immediate side out Oregon State. Very good at the first ball side out tonight. Mars is out, Scholes is in. Shum will serve. That's Vos. Dug by Lilo. Rummel sends the free ball over. Maddie Zorn goes for the dump and finds the middle of the donuts. Zorn averages just over half a kill per set, playing in her 12th set this year. She was a co-starting setter last year, but had played just 1 set since September 5th. That was 7 days ago at Cal Poly. Her last assist came September 5th. Rummel high in the air off the block. Lunging play by Zorn. Lilo options again. Combo play, Rummel, dug by Bain. Zorn with the set, back row attack by Bain, rolls it over the top, dug by Lilo. Narliolu, overhand set. Rummel off the block, dug by Bain again. Sent over second contact by Zorn. Quick to the middle to Scholes, cross body, and finds the floor. 16-9 Oregon State. They're on a 10-3 run. Gales have one more timeout remaining this set. Matthias and Gabriel in. Lilo and Gould out. Oregon State using the 6-2 very well this year. Always 3 attackers in the front row. Vos high in the air. Hard angle attack. Went wide. St. Mary's back to hitting 0-0. 14 kills, 14 attack errors. 6 of each here in this set. Beavers hitting .419 for the match. 350 here in the second set. Jackie Matias serve. Too strong. 17-10 Beavs. St. Mary's playing their 5th consecutive week on the road. They haven't played a home match yet. They won their first match this year at North Dakota in 5. In the same weekend, lost 3-1 to Bowling Green and 3-2 at North Dakota State. Second weekend, they went to the Baylor Classic, got swept by Northwestern, swept by Baylor and Rice. 18-10 Beavs. Shoals now with 5 kills. In the third weekend, they lost twice at Oklahoma, once in 4 sets, once in 3 sets. Oklahoma, Tyler Hildebrand thinks, is a potential Elite 8 team. So they're scheduled really tough. Maya Allen heard from for the first time in a while. Allen gets the side out for St. Mary's. She'll go back and serve. Allen has matched Gracie Vos with the team-high 15 swings. Diving play by Narlioglu. Cormier up the soft block. Diving effort by Pearson. Miley Cormier, the French-Canadian, with a kill. That's her 4th kill. Cormier from the Magdalen Islands of Quebec. The archipelago just off the coast of New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. Cormier, true freshman. Native language is French. She speaks good English. Wasn't used to doing it all the time. It was somewhat mentally exhausting, Lindsay Bohonic said, when she first arrived here. Good pass by Bain. Zorn back set. Kill for Scouten. Does the Scouten's 3rd kill without an attack error. She's the only one of their hitters that doesn't have an attack error. Among those who have at least 1 kill. Abby Castellon serve. Good pass by Cormier. Matias to the middle to Mars. Cross body. And a lot of Mars with 5 kills now. Matching Natalie Scholes. 1 behind Lauren Rummel. He was getting their middles involved. They've combined for 10 kills. Good pass efficiency in this one. Oregon State leading it 20-12. They won the first set 25-12, and they've got Emma Lilo at the service line. Bain. Genevieve Bain had the pass and has the kill. .26 kills per set. That's her 5th kill in this one. This match, and now Maddie Zorn will serve. Zorn from Spokane, went to Meade High School, co-starting setter last year. Back row attack by Rummel. What a laser beam. Lindsay Bohonic says that when she wears her ponytail high and comes flying out of that back row, that the ponytail might add a little buoyancy. I told her I thought sometimes coming out of the pipe, Rummel should be wearing a cape. She gets so high. Rummel is 6'2", and she can touch 10 feet 4 inches. Service error for pause. 21-14 Oregon State. She'll be in the back row and serve receive along with Yasmin Narlioglu and Lauren Rummel as Genevieve Bain sends away the serve. And it's an ace. First service ace of the match for St. Mary's. And Lindsay Bohonic takes a timeout. St. Mary's within 6, 21-15. Back-to-back points for the Gales. Beavers trying to go up 2-0 over the Gales. And we'll be back to legendary Gales. Tyler Hildebrand, head coach, middle of your screen, the black shirt. First year as head coach. 3-time first-team All-American as a starting setter at Long Beach State. 2 decades ago, that played for the USA men's national team 2006 to 2012, and beach volleyball on the AVP tour for a couple of years. Very good international experience, and that's how he trains his team. Bain couldn't dig it. Lauren Rummel comes up with her 7th kill. And it's 22-15 Oregon State. In fact, number 8 for Rummel. And Tia Shum will serve. Well, St. Mary's ended up with the 24th toughest non-conference schedule in the nation, according to One Service. Scholes finding some open floor. And the Beavers 2 points away from going up 2-0. Larissa Klein in the match. And opposite for St. Mary's. And I throw her in. Good pass that time by Pearson. And Thrower comes up with her first kill. And I Thrower playing for the first time since September the 5th. 0.75 kills per set for the redshirt freshman transfer out of Oregon. Each team with an Oregon transfer that redshirted last year. Bridget Gould for Oregon State and I Thrower for St. Mary's. Great pass by Paz. Lilo on the combo play to Rummel. One-hand dig by Bain. Upset by Zorn. High in the air goes Allen. Blocked by Scholes. Covered up by Klein for the moment. It's another point for Scholes. Set point for Oregon State. Block solo for Natalie Scholes. That's her 5th this year. And now Bridget Gould will try to serve them across the finish line here in this second set. Zorn teeing up Scouten, dug by Paz. Lilo outside to Rummel, going back line and went long. Second set point coming up for OSU, 24-17. Natalie Pete comes in. Larissa Klein comes out for St. Mary's. And Pete will serve. Redshirt sophomore out of San Ramon, California, right near where the Pac-12 Enterprises studios are. Right where producer-director Ari Kay is right now. Rummel pushing one down, and that ends the set. Rummel 9 kills in 22 swings against 3 service errors, and the Beavers dominate the second set. They won the first one 25-12. They win this one 25-17. The was tied at 6, and then they outscored them there 19-11 from that point on. 2 sets in the books. Beavers will go for a sweep when we had the third set in a moment. 25-12 in the first, 25-17 in the second. Things going quite smoothly for Oregon State through the first 2 sets against St. Mary's. They were looking for their 7th win in their last 8 matches. Oregon State, led by Lauren Rummel. Rummel with a match high in kills. She has 9 in 22 swings, 3 attack errors, and 273. Look at what she can do. That is a skill of finding the open floor. Great court vision. And then Alana Mars, look at what she did in the second set. She had 3 kills and a block in that second set. There's the block. Mars, the true freshman, Ellensburg, Washington. First team All-State volleyball in Washington last year. Also played basketball, 2-time state champ. So the swing here by Gould. And then after the overdig, Mars took care of business. Beavers hit 462, St. Mary's. 18 kills, 15 attack errors, hitting over 55. That's actually up for a long time. They were right at triple zeros. Beavers out blocking them 5-1, out digging them 21-14. They have 2 aces to 1. And the Beavers with a 2-0 lead. They'll look for a sweep over St. Mary's. Try to save their legs for the Saturday match coming up against Pacific. There's Haley Garcia out with an injury, tore her ACL, still very much a leader on the St. Mary's team. She's a senior this year, co-starting setter last year, played in all 99 sets. They really miss her. She and Maddie Zorn combined to set a 6-2 last year, and they expected Garcia to be a starter this year. In high school, broke the career assist record for the state of Utah, 3,311, but out with the ACL injury, and we wish her well. And they certainly miss here. The true freshman from Serbia, Ivana Lazovic, is setting a 5-1 for St. Mary's. Emily Lowe will start set number 3 for Oregon State. Can they do this without a lapse in concentration? And see how much more aggressive St. Mary's can be. Good pass by Bain. Lazovic going outside to Allen off the soft block. And Allen with a kill. Maya Allen. That's her 6th kill. It's a team high. Told you Gonzaga won the first set over Santa Clara, trying to snap a 39-match losing streak going back almost 3 calendar years. Well, they lost the second set 25-13, and they trailed in the third set to Santa Clara 8-3. Loyola Marymount won the first set at home over Seattle U 25-21. Seattle, new members of the WCC, their first conference match. They lead the second set at 22-16. Saturday's Oregon State opponent Pacific lost the first set at Portland 25-20. They trail the second 21-18. Lazovic, the quickness scouting down into the tape. 2-1 Oregon State. Second set was tied at 6. Beavers won the next point and ran away with it from there. Alondra Paz has really applied a lot of pressure from the service line. See what she can do here. Targeting Allen. Allen with the swing. Dug by Paz. Bump set Lilo. And on the set that went over the net, Bose takes care of business. And we're even at 2. Emma Lilo has been really strong at what she just made a mistake at. That cross-court bump set out of system. Normally it's with surgical precision, but not that time. Natalie Pete will serve for St. Mary's as they look for some sort of spark. Last year they were 0-9 on the road in WCC play and won only 3 sets. Trying to avoid getting swept here. Allen going high hands, didn't get him. 3-2 Oregon State. Tia Shum will serve for the Beavs. Shum last year was a senior in her 4th year at East Carolina. American Athletic Conference D1, played in 66 sets. Allen tools the block. Allen's been a primary option for the last 5 matches, coming back from an injury. He serves it away. Good pass by Narlioglu. Lilo, back set. Cool crossbody. Gets the kill. Bridget Gould getting the first start of her career. Gould coming into this one again to play just 6 of the Beavers' 35 sets. Gould has 5 kills, 1 attack error, 7 swings, hitting .571. Starting it opposite for the Beavs. Back row attack by Allen, dug by Matias. Bump set by Paz, tight to the net. Gabriel off the soft block. Allen was there. And here comes Bain pushing against the block. Covered up by Pearson. Bain again, second swing of the rally. Rejected by Scholes. Went off speed. Scholes read it well. Natalie Scholes' second block of the match. Had a block solo earlier. And it's 5-3 OSU. Jackie Matias serve. Serve receive was Pete. And Bain went for the high hands and got him. Bain's 6th kill, 15 swings, 3 attack errors. Hitting .200. Castellan into serve and play some defense. Senior outside hitter. Last year, 1.74 kills per set. They're playing just back row right now. Gabriel gets dug by Allen. Lunging play by Lazovic. Free ball coming from Pete. Matias goes to Gabriel, who finds the seam in the block. 6-4 Beavs. Beavers haven't been on a long service run in this set. They had a couple of medium length ones in the first two sets. Let's see what Lauren Rummel can do. Bain going for the back line and went long. 7-4 Beavs. Pearson, Pete, and Bain in serve receive. Natalie Pete, middle of the court. It's Pearson. Good pass. Bain high in the air off the soft block. Cormier was there. Bump set by Matias. Cormier with the swing down into the net. 7-5 Beavs. Ivana Lazovic will serve for St. Mary's. Excellent true freshman from Serbia, learning some lessons here at the collegiate level.
Hi.
Against Serbia, very good volleyball playing nation. Matias outside to Cormier. Off the block of O's and out of bounds. 8-5 Oregon State. Cormier's fifth kill. Beavers haven't really had a critical moment in this match, but when they do have them, it seems to be that Cormier is the one that they go to. Natalie Scholl's serve. She has her second service error of the match. Scholl's comes out. Mars comes in. Bain serves. Matias back set. Gabriel crossbody. Kaylee Gabriel's fourth kill without an attack error in 7 swings. 9-6 OSU. He's trading side outs right now. Good crossbody swing by Gabriel. Back to rotation 1 for Emma Lilo. An eye thrower in the match. Got middle blocker for St. Mary's. See if they get her involved. On cue, thrower sends it down. Anaya Thrower, one of the more productive players in California in her senior year of high school a couple of years ago. Second in the state in kills. Vanden High School. Vacaville, California native. Good pass by Narliolu. And Bridget Gould with an attack error. That's her second in 8 swings to go along with 5 kills. Back-to-back points for St. Mary's. They're within 1. Tyler Hildebrand, positive presence, exhorting his team from the sidelines. And it's an ace. And we're even at 9. Genevieve Bain with an ace. If Oregon State doesn't get the side out here, I think Lindsay Bahanic calls a timeout. Cormier, Narlioglu, and Rummel in serve receive. Bump set by Lilo. And Gould going for the high hands. Didn't get him. It's 10-9 Gales. Lindsay Bahanic does not call the timeout yet. The team's used to timeout here in this set. Lena Pearson, short serve. Back row attack by Rummel. Foot volley by Scouten to keep it alive. Maya Allen in there as well. Back row attack by Rummel again. Lunging play. Here comes Allen off the soft block. Narlioglu there. Lilo outside. Gould off speed. Dug by Allen. Back row attack by Bain. Dug by Cormier. Quick to the middle to Mars. Sent back over by Lazovic. Cormier again rejected. Scouten and Allen on the block. 11-9 Gales. Timeout Oregon State. Beavers really facing a challenge for the first time in the match. And St. Mary's trying to get a set here and get back into this one. They lead 11-9 in the third. There's Maya Allen, couple of kills in this set. Allen had been committed to Texas Christian University for 2 years. And then the day before the signing period began, they told her they did not have a spot for her. Big mistake, I believe. And other schools missed on her. St. Mary's thrilled to get her. 5'9" outside hitter who can really jump. See if the Beavs can get the side out over the timeout. The set was over the net. It came out spinning. It was a double hit. So point Beavs, that's how they get the side out. After the 5-0 run for St. Mary's. Gave them a 2-point lead. All right, let's see how Oregon State responds. Last week at Cal Poly, 7 days ago, St. Mary's lost in 5 to Cal Poly via reverse sweep. 15-13 in the fifth. Cal Poly, the Big West regular season champions last year. Out of system, Allen pushing it off the hands of Gould and getting a kill, 12-10 Gales. Smart play by Maya Allen. The team's kind of whiffed on her because of her height at 5'9". But she plays so much bigger than that with her elite leaping ability. Natalie Peep will serve for St. Mary's. Targeting Paz, who has a good pass. Lilo quick to the middle to Mars. Has another kill. Big side out for Oregon State, 12-11 Gales. 6 kills for Mars. Matching Scholes, fellow middle, for second on the team in this match. Rummel 9, Mars and Scholes with 6. Gould and Cormier with 5 each. Allen high in the air, blocked by Scholes. Her third block of the match, and the Beavs even it up at 12. Natalie Scholes, a sophomore from Germany. Good pass by Pearson. On the slide, Scouten. Good work off 1 foot for Tessa Scouten. Sophomore from Davis, California. Looking to get her involved more. I think she's suffering a bit from the injury to Haley Garcia. Expected to be starting center this year. On a combo play, Rummel gets dug by Pearson. What a good dig. Bain high in the air, tools the block. 14-12 Gales. Genevieve Bain with 7 kills. That's her second one this set. Good pass by Paz again. Combo play. Rummel puts it down. Couldn't consolidate the block because so many options. That goes back to that great first contact by Alondra Paz. Excellent passing efficiency in this match by number 2. There she is. Jackie Matias will serve for Oregon State. Trying to get him back even. Beavs looking for a sweep. Try to save some legs for Pacific on Saturday, but Scouten again in the slide. Tessa Scouten, second slide attack for a kill in this set. She comes out. Abby Castellon comes in to serve and play some defense. 15-13 St. Mary's. Narliello and Paz, 2-person serve receive. It's Paz, good pass again. Matias outside to Rummel, who tools the block. Matched up one-on-one with the setter Lazovic. And Rummel took care of business, 15-14. There was no way the thrower could get over there, not with that good pass by Paz again, meaning that Scholes was an option in the middle. So no way they could get 4 hands in front of Rummel. And if there's only 2, she's going to take care of business most of the time. Bain high in the air. Bain with a kill. Genevieve's 3rd kill of the set. She has 8 in the match, matching Maya Allen for the team high. Bain with 4 attack airs. Allen with 9 attack errors. She's actually hitting negative .042. Bain hitting an even 200 after that kill. Ivana Lazovic will serve with her team leading 16-14. Matias outside to Cormier. Cormier again, second swing of the rally off the high hands. What a nice dig by Allen. Narlioglu bumps it. Third swing of the rally for Cormier. Back at you. Matias, back set. Blocked by thrower. 17-14 Gales. Anaya thrower. Her first block since September the 5th. Last time she played when she saw action against Northwestern. Coming back from an undisclosed injury. Lazovic will serve again. 3-point lead for St. Mary's, but a service error. (17-15) St. Mary's. Here's Natalie Scholes. She has shown the ability to put a lot of pressure on opposing teams from the service line. She goes to work here, and it's an ace. Scholes' 9th ace this year. 9 aces against 17 service errors. Beavers back within 1. That ball carried a lot further than expected. Atlanta Pearson chuckling in the back row. Bump set by Pearson. Here comes Bain off the high hands. One-hand dig by Scholes. Free ball coming. Lazovic to thrower, blocked by Mars. One-hand dig by Natalie Scholes that set up that point that evens it up. 3-0 run for the Beavs. Look at that dig by Scholes. Incredible. And kept alive by Mars at 6'4", going to the floor. And then Mars, one-on-one with thrower, sends it down. Service error for Scholes. 18-17 St. Mary's. St. Mary's looking to win this set and get back in it. Genevieve Bain serve. Beeves out of system. Set by Rummel. Swing by Cormier. Dug by Allen. Lazovic. Vose gets rejected by Cormier. Even at 18. Miley Cormier now with 3 blocks in this match. She averages about a block every 3 sets. A block per set in this one. And Malilo, ice water in her veins. She serves it away. Matias, or rather Lazovic out of system. Another block. Annika Hester in the match for the first time. Hester had played all but 1 set this year. But Gould and Gabriel get in the action at opposite until this set. For the graduate student, the veteran Annika Hester getting in there and getting involved in the net. And Oregon State now is on a 4-1 run. They lead 19-18. Timeout taken by St. Mary's. There's Natalie Scholes, number 20. She has 7 kills without an attack error. 7 swings, hitting 1,000. 1 service ace, 3 blocks, all solo blocks. Also had that one-arm dig that you saw that helped the Beavers in their action on a 5-1 run. Good pass by Bain. They need something right here. Allen high in the air, gets dug by Narlioglu. Lilo, chance to keep it going. Cormier covered up by Mars, but put down by Vose. Big side out for St. Mary's. Gracie Vose. Her 4th kill against 7 attack errors. Even in 19. Beavers siding out of the match at 81%. And we had a net violation against Mars on the swing there. 2019 Gales, they go back in front. Rare mistake for the freshman Alana Mars. And Elena Pearson serves it again. Down the line, and it went wide. Beavers like to let it go, and it was just wide. We're even at 20. Alondra Paz comes in for Oregon State. St. Mary's will finally get their first home match. That'll come up a week from tonight against San Diego. There's a new era under Tyler Hildebrand. And you can expect things to be different at St. Mary's. One-hand diving dig by Lilo, set by Paz, swing by Rummel. Point for St. Mary's, 21-20. Rummel had four hands in front of her that time, and Beavers couldn't cover it up. Natalie Pete will serve. Paz, Narlioglu, and Rummel in serve receive. Pete with the toss, Pete with the serve. Ace for Pete. But perhaps Paz should have let that one go, but she elected to play it. And 22-20 St. Mary's. Timeout taken by Lindsey Bohonic and the Beavs. St. Mary's looking to get one back here after dropping the first two sets. And they lead it 22-20. Timeout Oregon State. Well, Benny's Beavs won the first two sets, 25-12, 25-17. They trail here in the third, 22-20. Oregon State led this one 19-18 after a 5-1 run. They had trailed at 17-14. But now it's a 4-1 run for St. Mary's. They have Pete at the service line. Again, Paz, Narlioglu, and Rummel in serve receive. Paz's efficiency has been excellent. Pass from her that time. Rummel gets dug by Pete. Lazovic, dug by Narlioglu. Off the top of the tape and out. Attack error for Mars. 23-20 St. Mary's. Looking to force a fourth. Beavers out of timeouts here in this set. St. Mary's has one remaining. Oregon State hopes to force them to use it. They need the side out right here. Out of system. They go to Rummel. Dug by Bain. Overdig. Coverage by Vos. Free ball coming for Oregon State. Lilo. Combo play. Rummel down the line, and Pete couldn't dig it. Beavers get the side out. 23-21. And Yasmin Narlioglu will go back and serve. Narlioglu, the sophomore libero from Turkey. Beavers going with the double libero system, and too strong. Service error. 24-21 St. Mary's. Again, St. Mary's won just 3 sets on the road in conference play last year. They were 0-9 in their conference matches. Clarissa Klein coming in. And Lazovic is coming out. So they get the bigger blocker at the net, and their setter is out of the match. As they have set point right here and trying to get it done without incident. Allen serve. Lilo back set. Hester pushing it over. Pancake by Pearson, kept alive nicely. Lilo. Hester again. Pearson couldn't dig it. Second set point is coming up. Great time for Annika Hester to come up with a kill. That is her second, and she'll go back and serve. Hasn't had many efforts at the service line this year. Lazovic back in to set for St. Mary's. It's Bain who ends it. Genevieve Bain comes up with her 9th kill against 4 attack errors, and St. Mary's gets the third set 25-22, fourth set coming up from here in Corvallis. 2-1, Oregon State leads it. St. Mary's takes the third set, 25-22. They hit 0.97 in that set. The Beavers hit just 0.28. They had 9 kills, 8 attack errors. And Oregon State coming up will host Pacific Saturday at 1 o'clock, ESPN Plus. Then next Thursday, they'll be at Santa Clara, and in 9 days at noon, Saturday, October 4th, at San Francisco. Then back home Thursday, October the 9th at 6 o'clock to take on Gonzaga before heading down to San Diego on October 11th. All those matches on ESPN Plus. Meanwhile, for St. Mary's, they finally get to have some matches at home. They'll be at Portland on Saturday, and then their first home matches against San Diego and Loyola Marymount, October 2nd and 4th. And Tyler Hildebrand's message to the fans is that St. Mary's volleyball will be different. It'll be entertaining. And he said they'll have VIP chairs, a DJ. There'll be volleyball outside on the lawn ahead of time. He's really excited about everything he's bringing to this program. Talking with assistant Brian Cook. Atlanta Pearson, the libero, will serve for St. Mary's. 7 days ago, they got reverse swept by Cal Poly. Looking to do it back to Oregon State here after winning the third set. Allen finding some open floor. Beavers weren't prepared for that. That was a problem for them 7 days ago against Oregon. Weren't prepared for some small ball. They did much better Saturday against Portland State. St. Mary's gets the first point here in the fourth set. Beavers out of system here. It's Annika Hester from the left pin, dug by Allen. Bump set by Bose, back row attack by Bain, dug by Lilo. Here comes Cormier off the block, covered up by Narlioglu. Mars into the block. Boy, St. Mary's is a much different team at the net right now, aren't they? Allen high in the air, cross body down the line, 2-0 St. Mary's. Here's the chance of Maya Allen coming out of the bench for St. Mary's. Short serve, Rummel was there. Mars putting it down. Can't have a faster pass or set than that, can't you? Not what you draw up, but Rummel and Lilo made it work. And Mars finished it off, 2-1 St. Mary's. Alondra Paz comes in to serve for Oregon State. So what looked to be a complete romp for the Beavs after they stormed back from a 17-14 deficit in the third set to lead it 19-18. But St. Mary's turned it around from there. Full credit to the Gales. Lazovic going to the middle. That was Scouten. Back set to Hester. Monica Hester. And we're even at 2. Hester's second kill in 7 swings without an attack error. Pearson couldn't dig it. An ace for Paz. Her first of the match. Alondra Paz, 6th service ace of the year. Sophomore, former honor roll student at Woodburn High School. Southern reaches of the Portland area. Not an ace this time, but out of system. Allen from off the net still finds a hole in the block. And we're even at 3. Allen now 11 kills in 30 swings. 10 attack errors, hitting .033. Had been negative for a while. Hester again, off speed. St. Mary's with a 4-3 lead. Good pass by Narlioglu. Rummel going down the line. Rummel now with 12 kills, 4 attack errors, 32 swings, and it's even at 4. Much more of a battle than the Beavers expected after those first 2 sets. When they romped their way, 25-12 and then 25-17. They lost the 3rd set, 25-22. Even at 4 here in the 4th. Shum serve. Here comes Allen again. By Allen. Went cross body and went wide. 5-4 Beavs. Allen 11th in the conference, 3.07 kills per set coming in. Lazovic going outside to Allen again, well out the net, dug by Paz, dig on the dime. Matias shoots it across to Rummel, off speed, dug by Allen. Lazovic, back row attack by Bain, going high hands and got him. Even at 5. Genevieve Bain getting high in the air. The 6-foot redshirt senior out of Danville, California. Plays indoor and beach for St. Mary's. Service error for Allen. 6-5 Beavers. Kayla Gabriel in for Oregon State, along with Jackie Matias. Lazovic, Scouten pushes it over. Paz was there. Back set, Gabriel. Kayla Gabriel. The true freshman. Now with 5 kills, Cormier and Gould have 5, Scholes and Mars have 7, Rummel has 12. Big left arm for the freshman out of San Diego and Westview High School, Kayla Gabriel. Matias putting pressure on with her serve, results in a free ball. Matias going to Rummel, and Pete couldn't dig it. 8-5 Beavs. Timeout taken by St. Mary's. Beavs leading 8-5, trying to close out the Gales in 4. Lauren Rummel, 13 kills. That's a match high, hitting .265. Also taking a match high 34 swings. She has 2 kills in this set. Her team leads at 8-5. And Jackie Matias will serve again. Pete, Pearson, Bain ready to receive serve for the Gales. It was Bain. Lazovic teeing up Bain. Off the soft block. Rummel covered things up. Off speed by Gabriel. Bain again off speed. Matias there. Pause. Gabriel going hard angle attack. Going for the hands. Didn't get him. And it's 8-6. Oregon State after St. Mary's gets the side out. Anaya thrower in for St. Mary's. Abby Castellon getting ready to check in to serve and play back row. There she is, as Tessa Scouten will come out. Castellon getting some instruction from Tyler Hildebrand. And the senior from Modesto will serve. Hildebrand said last week her serve was surgical. This is her specialty. Short serve, Narlioglu read it well. Rummel going crossbody down the line. 9-6 Beavs. Going back to great first contact right there by Narlioglu, giving Matias the option to do a number of different things, and St. Mary's could not consolidate the block. 9-6 Beavs, and Rummel will serve. And it's an ace for Rummel. Her first of the match. The Beavers' 5th. (10-6) Oregon State. Again out of system. Bump set by Pete. Bain well off the net. Easy dig for Rummel. Here comes Cormier off the net. One-hand dig by Pearson. Bump set by Pete. Bain a little closer to the net off the soft block. Dug by Shum. Back set. Gabriel high on the platform of Allen, but the dig there nonetheless. Bain off the block and down. Blocked by Scholes. Natalie Scholes, 4 blocks in this one. Long rally ends that way. 11-6 Beavs. That was fun, wasn't it? Rummel to serve again. Good pass by Pearson. Lazovic shoots it outside. Bain dug by Shum. One-hand play by Scholes. Rummel couldn't get it over the net, though. Side out St. Mary's. 11-7 Beavs. Ivana Lazovic will serve for St. Mary's. Freshman setter from Serbia. Matthias to Scholes. Vos. Gabriel and Matthias unable to keep it alive. 11-8. Oregon State. Lazovic will serve again with Rummel, Narlioglu, and Cormier in serve receive. Let's see whom she targets. It was Rummel. And 11-9. Great serve by Ivana Lazovic. Four service aces in the match for St. Mary's. That is Lazovic's first. Narlioglu. Cormier dug by Lazovic. Bump set by Pearson. They need it. Bain takes the swing, going high hands, and got him. Timeout taken by Oregon State. It's 11-10. A 4-0 run for St. Mary's, and the Beavs want to talk about it. First-year head coach Tyler Hildebrand has brought a spark to this program. And this week in his weekly press conference, he said that he really believes the West Coast Conference needs a conference tournament. He said with injuries, a couple of losses, he said your season could be over in October. And he argues that West Coast Conference teams could schedule tougher in non-conference if there were a conference tourney. And he's hoping to get one in the WCC quite soon. His team trails at 11-10. They're on a 4-0 run. Better pass by Rummel. Matthias with options. Scholes gets blocked by Thrower. We're even at 11. Anaya Thrower's second block, playing for the first time since September 5th. 3 weeks ago, been out with an injury. She has a block solo, and that is her second solo block this year. 5-0 run for them with Lazovic, the center, at the service line. Cormier gets rejected. Vos and Thrower. How about Anaya Thrower? The star of this fourth set so far. And the Gales on a 6-0 run. Gabriel comes out. Gould comes in. Lazovic will serve again. What a turnaround for the Gales. They trailed at 11-6. A 6-0 run. She continues to go after Lauren Rummel. This time Gould just re-entered the match and found a hole in the block and got a big side out for the Beavs. Back even at 12. Again, a week ago, St. Mary's led last year's Big West champion, regular season champ, Cal Poly, 2-0. They lost via reverse sweep. They're trying to turn the trick against Oregon State here, trying to force a fifth and win after being down 2-0. Cormier off the block. Lazovic there. Bain again. Covered up nicely by Allen. Bain pushing it back corner. Scholes was there right at the dime. Gould again. Bridget Gould back to back. Wow, the Oregon transfer coming up huge. Her grandfather David played football at Oregon State in the 1960s, on the 1965 Rose Bowl team. Richard Gould helped Marshfield High School to an Oregon 4A state championship in 2022. Natalie Scholl's serve. Out of system. Bump set by Bain. Point Oregon State. And they go back up 14-12. Timeout taken by Tyler Hildebrand and St. Mary's. So they use their final timeout of this set. 14-12, Beavers lead it, looking to close out St. Mary's in 4. Bridget Gould, number 6 for Oregon State. On Saturday, had her most extensive action this season. Came against Portland State. 2 sets played, 4 kills, 13 swings, hit 071. In this one, 7 kills, 12 swings, hitting 333. The redshirt freshman who was at Oregon last year, but was one of the 15 players who transferred out once Matt Ulmer left. Beavers happy to have her, and she's made an impact here in this 4th set. Bain from the right pin, went for the high hands, didn't get him, went long. 15-12 Oregon State. Beavers open up a 3-point lead. They had led at one point in this set by 5, but then St. Mary's scored the next 6 points. Now the Beavers up by 3 again. Natalie Scholl's, again a middle blocker who's very tough at the service line. Lazovic going outside to Vose. Covered up by Gould. Shot outside to Cormier. Allen went for the foot volley and didn't get it. 16-12 OSU. Miley Cormier, the go-to in the clutch moments. That's her 6th kill. The 5th set against Portland State 5 days ago was tied at 7. Cormier had kills for the final 8 points as the Beavers won that set 15-9. Service error for Scholl's. That's her 4th of the match. 16-13 Oregon State. Genevieve Bain's serve. Pass on the dime from Cormier, and Mars, as a result, puts it down. 8th kill for Alana Mars. Snapping a tie for 2nd on the team with Gould and Scholl's. Lilo and Hester in. Matthias and Gould come out. Lazovic out to Allen off the soft block. Diving play by Lilo. Bump set Shum. Cormier covered up by Mars. There's Hester off speed. Hester with a kill. Not the way she drew it up perhaps, but it worked. 18-13 Oregon State. St. Mary's out of timeouts. Only way Hildebrand could get a timeout right here is if he issued a challenge. Gracie Vose, dug by Lilo. Bump set Shum. Hester was calling for it. She sends it over. Hard angle, got dug by Vose. Allen, free ball coming. Lilo, back set. Hester, big swing. Covers it up herself off the block of thrower. Cormier puts it down. 19-13 Oregon State. The Beavers can taste it now. Their biggest lead in the set. They led 11-6. They trailed 12-11. Since then, they're on an 8-1 run. Absolute zero spin serve from Lilo. Put down by Hester. 20-3 Beavs. Across the conference, Gonzaga trying to even up their match 2 sets apiece with Santa Clara. They lead 23-14. Gonzaga again trying to snap a 39-match losing streak in conference play. Zorn going to Vose. Lilo teeing up Mars. Dug by Pearson. Zorn going to Allen. Allen covers it up herself off the block from Hester. Vose, second swing of the rally. Off the block and out of bounds. Big kill for Gracie Vose. 20-14. Side out St. Mary's. Is it too late? Vose 5 kills, 23 swings, 7 attack errors. Elena Pearson serve. Good pass by Norlioglu. Hester tips it over the top. Allen there for the dig. Back row attack by Bain for the kill. 20-15. Linz Bohonic calls a timeout. Wants to stem the tide right here with back-to-back points from the Gales to get within 5. Already saw St. Mary's erase a 5-point deficit earlier in this set. It was 11-6 Beavs, then 12-11 St. Mary's. Beavers went ahead 20-13. Now it's 20-15 Oregon State. Beavers had opened up a 7-point lead, trying to put down a spunky St. Mary's team that had come back to win the 3rd set. And now they have to come from behind to win the 4th. They have Elena Pearson at the service line. And Pearson has herself an ace, and St. Mary's within 4. Both teams out of timeouts in this 4th set. A match that looked like it might end after about an hour and 5, an hour and 10 minutes, now an hour and 45 minutes old. Lilo pushing it over second contact, but it's a double contact. And the Gales are back within 3, 4 unanswered points. Beavers get to the red zone at 20-13. And now it's 20-17 as number 20, Elena Pearson, the libero, serves it away again. It's Cormier going back corner, and as always, it seems, in crunch time, they go to the freshman Miley Cormier. Big side out for Oregon State, 21-17. Cormier now with 8 kills. She's out, Alondra Paz in to serve and play defense. Maddie Zorn, the back set. Vose off the soft block. Lilo there for the dig. Bump set, pause. Here comes Hester. Big swing off the hands. Dug by Bain. Set shot out to Allen. Went cross-body down the line. Went wide. 22-17 Beavs. Back up by 5. Attack error for Maya Allen. Allen, 11 kills, 11 attack errors. Actually now 12 attack errors, hitting negative -028. Pauses serve again. Good pass by Bain. Zorn put down by Mars. She roofs Scouten, and the Beavs are 2 points away. Mars' 8th block of the match. Mars came in averaging .94 blocks per set. Big smile on her face, of course. 23-17 OSU. Zorn, back set to Vos off the soft block, dug by Lilo, bump set by Shum. Here comes Rummel. Off the block, covered up nicely by Shum. The tip. Scouten kept it alive along with Pearson. Allen unable to get it done. Kept alive by Mars. Opportunity here for Rummel, who swings at it. Back at her. Was dug by Pause. Rummel again. Third swing of the rally. Back at you again off of Vos. Here comes Hester. Finds a hole in the block. Match point for the Beavs. Annika Hester. 5 kills without attack error. 4 of those kills here in this 4th set. Match point for Oregon State at 24-17. Alondra Paz to serve. Good pass by Allen. Zorn going to Bain out of the back row. Opportunity to end it right here. It's Rummel pushing it down. Covered up by Paz. This time Hester with a tip. Lunging play by Pearson. Foot volley, but that's too many. And the Beavers win it 25-17. Annika Hester had a huge 4th set, didn't she? And the Beavs win their first conference match. St. Mary's drops there first. They'll have one more road contest at Portland at 1 o'clock on Saturday. That'll be on ESPN+. And they finally get to go home a week from tonight against San Diego, their first home match of the season. Oregon State, meanwhile, will be at home again on Saturday, 1 o'clock against Pacific. That'll be on ESPN+. Been a fun night here in Corvallis. Our Senior VP of Business Development, Michael Molinari. VP and Coordinating Producer, Bob Schmelsley. Senior Production Manager, Mario Johnson. For Producer Director, Ari Kay. SDP Text, Lena Watson and Jackson Hasselnuss. Shane Swerton on graphics. Justin Hyatt, Seth Hansen on camera. Carl Klitsky, our utility. And our PA...